Anime fans and common folk alike love One Punch Man. Why? Well, I figured out a few different reasons. Number one is the fact that One Punch Man has insane fights. Sure, shonen fights have always been awe-inspiring and had impressive animation. However, One Punch Man took those fights to another level. Madhouse, the studio that animated this show, found a way to blend bright, dazzling colors with dark, serious situations. The atmosphere of this anime represented the tone really well. Like when Genos was fighting the mosquito, everything was dark and ominous. It seemed like she was unbeatable, but Saitama swatted her just one time. Then the sky cleared up, and it was a perfect symbol of Saitama's impact on the story as a whole. He enters such a gloomy and hopeless ambiance, and then boom, everything changes to lightheartedness because you know he is playing on easy mode against these villains. This animation tactic also leads into my second point. One Punch Man is seriously funny. I've talked about humor in some of my other videos, but I think this anime does comedy differently than others shows. You see, we love to laugh at things that we can distance ourselves from. For example, if a guy on the internet falls and splits his pants open, that's usually pretty funny, but we are embarrassed if that happens to us. Comedy usually comes from unexpected events. In One Punch Man, everyone is so exhausted and scared to death from fighting this massively powerful foe, but Saitama accidentally lands on the villain the wrong way and he ends up squashing them. Sometimes humor is hard to portray because if you do something too outlandish, humans won't accept it as believable. However, if your comedy is too small, no one will care. Maybe that is where the saying comedy is subjective comes into play. But nonetheless, One Punch Man delivers on its humorous take on the shonen genre. Finally, One Punch Man actually has a solid plot amongst its wild and comedic tone. Saitama is legitimately depressed since he cannot find anyone strong enough for him to face. He mopes around, jumps at every chance to fight, and wants to gain status as a hero in order to fulfill his dream. It's quite interesting because we see very powerful superheroes, say Superman, where he usually has some big bad that is just as strong as him. But what if Superman was too powerful? There would be no interesting story to tell, or so you think. I think that's where the brilliance of this anime shines most. How to craft a compelling story with no conflict. If you think about it, Saitama's biggest nemesis is depression. But seriously, the main point of this show is suspense and comedy. Will Saitama ever find someone strong enough? We don't know, but we're going to make it super funny till he does. I have to say that I highly enjoyed season 1 of this anime, and season 2 was okay. However, season 3 will be releasing later this year, so hopefully that will be a blast. One Punch Man gives you everything you need: great fights, funny events, and a well-developed story.